Vladimir Putin has announced a new Navy doctrine. He wants the Russian Navy to be a global power, able to beat the United States. But does Russia have what it takes? Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Russian President Vladimir Putin wants a Navy like Beyonce. Strong, independent, and ableist. Putin is a big fan of Beyonce. Putin is also a big fan of Peter the Great, the father of Russia's Navy. And to that end, he has announced a new Russian naval doctrine that expands the Russian Navy's scope of action. But that's not all it does. It also declares America Russia's main naval rival. Putin made the announcement at his hometown of St. Petersburg on Navy Day, a national holiday in Russia. In honor of Russia's Navy, Putin reinstated Navy Day in 2006 after the holiday was canceled in 1980. It takes place every July 31st, and this year's celebration was special. It started with a bang when a drone carrying an explosive device hit Russia's Black Sea Fleet headquarters in Crimea. This forced Crimea to cancel their Navy Day celebrations, but that didn't stop Putin from celebrating in St. Petersburg. Because as everyone knows, Putin is a fun-loving guy that loves a good celebration.
Warships lead a huge show of force in Russia's former imperial capital of St. Petersburg. The parade of boats, submarines, personnel and fighter jets is ostensibly to honour Russia's naval forces. But with the absence of victory in Ukraine and isolated by much of the world, it appears more a highly choreographed signal of defiance and persistence. President Vladimir Putin, who started the war, now in its 6th month, came back to his hometown to oversee the spectacle.
What are you talking about? This is clearly the face of a guy who has every reason to celebrate. Putin also used the event as an opportunity to announce his new naval doctrine. The last time Russia's naval doctrine was updated was in 2015. This new doctrine aims to make Russia a great maritime power by making it easier for naval command to mobilize resources, including civilian ships and crews and any existing maritime infrastructure. You say this is your ship in your dock? Not anymore, comrade. This isn't just limited to regions close to Russia's shores. It's global. Sea lanes of transport communications off the coast of Asia or as far afield as Africa were also listed as areas of particular importance. Putin wants to control the world's oceans so badly, I'm surprised he listed America as his enemy instead of Aquaman. This naval doctrine includes interest in the Eastern Mediterranean, Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, and even the Arctic. Watch out, polar bears, Putin is coming for you. The Arctic is mentioned across 22 pages of the new maritime doctrine, so it's safe to say that Russia has big plans for it. Because controlling a frozen, uninhabitable wasteland is kind of Russia's thing. I want to watch your back, Canada. If you want to know more about that, check out our previous episode in the link below. It's about how the US and Russia are fighting a new Cold War in the Arctic. They're calling it the coldest Cold War. That's why Russia's new naval doctrine zeroes in on the US and its allies in NATO as a top threat.
It says the main threat to Russia is the, quote, strategic policy of the USA to dominate the world's oceans, as well as the NATO military alliance moving closer towards its borders. If soft powers like diplomatic and economic tools have been exhausted, the doctrine claims Russia may use appropriate military force.
Totally sounds like something Putin would do. By declaring the United States Russia's principal rival on the world ocean, the Kremlin's new naval doctrine envisions a future of confrontation between the American and Russian navies. And probably Atlantis, too. But can Russia's Navy compete with America's? I'll get to that after the break. Welcome back. Russia wants to create a Navy that is global and able to beat the US. But Putin needs to boost the Russian Navy's firepower first. He claims that Russian warships will soon be equipped with hypersonic missiles. This includes the Zircon hypersonic cruise missile, one of the 6 advanced weapons unveiled by Putin back in 2018. Putin even wants to weaponize icebreaker ships. The 2022 Russian maritime doctrine makes note of adding modular capabilities to icebreakers, which could equip the vessels with cruise missiles, torpedo launches, or other weapons. I feel like at this point, he's this close to strapping rockets to penguins like in Batman Returns. And yes, I know penguins are in the South Pole. Russia's also churning out new submarines, including the world's longest. I wonder if he's overcompensating for something. What am I saying? This guy overcompensating? Nah. Anyway, the world's longest sub, called the Belgorod, is designed to carry long-range nuclear torpedoes. This includes the nuclear-armed Poseidon, a class of underwater drones that come in a variety of types. Some are designed for attacking aircraft carriers. Others are for destroying entire coastal cities. Some are saying this new submarine could set the stage for a new Cold War in the oceans, because the Cold War in the Arctic isn't enough, apparently. Even without nuclear weapons, the Belgorod submarine could serve as mothership for underwater espionage platforms. Underwater espionage platforms? Like underwater spy drones? That's okay, I'm sure James Bond will know what to do. Those underwater espionage platforms could do things like gather intelligence or threaten the world's undersea internet cables. They're going to make the internet go out for no reason at all? Who do they think they are, Spectrum? Anyway, that covers hypersonic missiles, improvised icebreaker warships, enormous nuclear submarines, and underwater spy drones. Mr. Putin, Dr. No wants his arsenal back? We may also see the Russian Navy move away from large cruisers and destroyers in favor of leaner and smaller rapid response forces filled with corvettes, frigates, and other nuclear-powered submarines. But can Russia project power abroad? Not yet, for the time being. Russia's Navy is already having trouble with Ukraine's much smaller resistance. And that's just in Russia's neighborhood. That's like saying you want to go hunting elephants when you can't even take care of the squirrels in your backyard. Russian ships are now retreating from Ukrainian shores, which may explain why Russia gave up Snake Island. If Russia's Navy is having a hard time with Ukraine, then it might have an even harder time farther abroad. To expand Russia's reach, Putin's new maritime doctrine is looking to develop their shipbuilding industry in Russia's Far East. In theory, this would be great for building aircraft carriers. But Russia is struggling with the one it already has. That'd be like someone trying to cook a hamburger. It comes out somehow burned on the outside and raw on the inside, and they go, I should open my own restaurant. Perhaps Putin may just resort to long-range precision strikes as his go-to strategy. But detecting targets gets harder farther away from Russia. Russian fighter jets don't have the range to match maritime patrol and reconnaissance aircraft. And although Russia has a family of electronic intelligence satellites, there aren't that many as far as we're aware. There could be considerable coverage gaps. Considerable coverage gaps, who do they think they are, Spectrum? This poses a problem for Russia, since you can't shoot down what you can't see. And since this is Russia, you can't poison it either. All in all, Putin's got some pretty ambitious plans, but the reality may need some time to catch up. So what do you think? Leave your comments below, and if you like this show, remember that we rely mainly on direct support from viewers like you. Please visit our new Locals community at americauncovered.locals.com. Become a supporter and help us keep making great episodes. Click the link below. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching America Uncovered.